Here we go, check out the hat. That's Kansas ice fishing right there, guys. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We're back out for another one.
Yeah, baby.
We're headed about 2 hours away from my house, from Adam's house. We got Adam, we got Mark from Nebraska teal hunting. We've got Mike, he was on the Mallard Smash with us. This is our loadout right here. This is half of it. We got another truck just like this. We're taking a Garmin Panoptix live scope with us. We're taking my Hummingbird Helix 7. I've got side scan, I've got down imaging. I'm really interested to see how that works on the ice. I'm going to run it with a lithium battery. I've got a 9 amp hour lithium battery, so we'll see how long that lasts. I think it'll do pretty good. We're going to be running a K-drill, and I've got tip-ups, and I've got them restrung. These tip-ups, all of my stuff is going to be from the 80s, right? So my tip-ups are from the 80s. I restrung them. We've got new light on them. But we'll get out there, we'll see how thick the ice is, and we'll see if we can find them with all this electronic gear. Oh, and before we get started, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Here we go, Kansas ice fishing. This video is a collaboration with All American Fishing Tours, the best striper, wiper, walleye, and crappie fishing in central Kansas. Get a hold of Adam Gilkey on Facebook or call this number right here. And don't forget, after this video is over, check out his channel, The Gilkster, right here on YouTube.
So cool. You want to get down? Let me show you the way. Whoop, there it is. Let me hear you say, whoop, there it is.
Oh, look at these rods. These are cool. Look at that. Heck yeah. Let's pick one of them up, take a look. That's what he's running for bait right there. Nice little ice rod, guys. That looks just pretty cozy right there. Not a lot of wind today, probably 10 to 12, I'm guessing. So, but it is cold. It's -3 degrees. Look at that. He's got the setup. He's even got a heater in there. Check that out. There's Mark. You remember Mark from Nebraska teal hunting?
How's it going?
The Gilkster.
What's up, guys?
We've had a couple hooks but haven't hit anything yet. So there's his live scope transducer. Live scope on his sled. Pretty sweet setup. You're running a full-size battery too, cheater.
Yeah.
K-drill.
We got a fish looking right here.
Here we go.
He left it. He came in and looked at it. You see in the history?
Yep. Let's see how Joe's doing. He was hooked up earlier, lost one. How thick's that ice, Joe?
About 6 inches.
Is that what it is already? I will come over here and check on Mike. Run a 2-hole setup. Oh, look at that. See, there's an open hole right there. I'm going to come over here, hole hop, be with Mike. I think he's got it figured out. I think he's got the secret sauce over here, you know what I mean? We'll go over and check on these other guys here in a second. One of them's got a heater. Hey, look at here, swirl's gone. Look at that. What a dandy. You got a double hole set up there. Looks pretty cool. Heck yeah, snug as a bug in there. He's probably cooking pizza. You gonna have lunch for us later? That's a good fatty right there. Look at that. Oh yeah. Here we go. Joe is on. Little ice rod, look at that. Oh, nice crappie. Look at that. Joe is on the board. Is that right?
I've missed several.
Is that right? No kidding.
I missed 3 or 4.
And what, let's see what he's running. That's a good looking ice rod. Look at that right there. Is that an ugly stick?
It's an ugly stick.
I'll be dang. And what kind of bait? Let's take a...
4-4-inch minnow.
Okay, so that's a little spoon looking guy, right? Good little crappie right there. He's already froze. Well, Adam, how we doing, man?
Damn, I think we better move back there between those two guys.
I think so too, man. Heck yeah. The weather conditions were this. When we arrived at the ice, it was -3 degrees. We were there 4 to 5 hours and it came up to around 0. So it was cold, it was cold. And overcast, we didn't have any sun. That might be one of the prime reasons that we struggled a little bit. Like I said, we ended up with 5 crappie, nice crappie, they were good ones, but only 5. And you could watch those things come up. You drop a bait down, they'd come up, take a look at it, and drop right back down. So they were kind of lethargic. This is a Hummingbird Helix 7. The reason I put this thing in a case is obviously to protect it on the ice, but I wanted the option of side scan. Side scan is a huge tool when you're ice fishing. These fish a lot of times are mobile, they're rovers. So they're going to move up and down a break line. They're not necessarily tied specifically to brush piles, rock, that kind of thing. They're going to be transient, they're following shad. You want to be able to turn your transducer and see what direction they went. You know, they may have only moved over 10 feet. 10 yards, 20 yards, something like that. With side scan, you can find out just exactly where they're at. Go over there, pop a couple holes, and be right back on them. So this is how I set it up. I'm running a lithium-ion battery, 9 amp hour. We were not on the ice today for me to see how long that'll run. My guess is I'm going to be right around that 9 to 12 hours is where I'm going to be able to run that thing. So here's the transducer setup. I just mounted the transducer on a PVC with a threaded end. I want to be able to take my transducer when I'm done on the ice. I want to be able to take it, throw it back into the case. Like I said earlier, these boots, these are my extreme cold weather boots. They've got a felt liner in them. These things are from like 78, 77, something like that, so they're well over 40 years old. They do a really good job. They're not ripped, and I have not babied these things at all. There are better options now, and I'm gonna step up. Either this spring when a lot of the stuff is getting on sale, or next fall I'm gonna step up. I think I'm gonna go with a 2,000 gram thin slate type of thing. My feet can get cold now, so there's better options, and I'm going to use those. And the spikes that I'm running, these spikes, I'll tell you what, these things are the stuff right here. They're about a ½ inch long, and they do the trick. I'll tell you what, those things are awesome. If you can find some spikes like that, I wouldn't be a bit scared to buy those. I've seen some other options. They look like an uncoiled spring, or a spring that's been pulled out, and they'll go clear up and down the bottom side of your boot. Some of the guys were wearing those. Those worked really well. I also saw some guys with some of the latest and greatest ice boot technology. You know, they had actual studs that were screwed in the soles of the things. And that, obviously, that's going to work well. So, but I'm going to upgrade my boots. I think after 40 years, right, I'm going to upgrade my boots this year and go with a 2,000-ish gram thin slate kind of a thing. Here's the tip-ups. Now, I wasn't aware there are anti-tip-up people out there. I wasn't aware of that, but there are people that don't like to use live bait. As I've said in some of the other videos, I'm a huge fan of little goldfish this time of year. And because of that, I'm going to run tip-ups. I've got 8 of these things. They're old. This is how I set them up and run them. Here's the setup I'm running on that tip-up. It's a number 6 treble hook. I put a little goldfish or a minnow on that. These are 1/8 ounce. I'm only about 3 inches above that treble. And then this is the line and how I've got it connected. I'm running 30-pound braid from the tip up down to this swivel, and then 10-pound braid from the swivel to the hook. We didn't do all that great today. Ended up with about 5, I think is what it was. 5 crappie. They were nice. The crappie we did get were nice. So, but the first day is more of an equipment check than anything else. The Helix 7 in the case is brand new for me this year, so I want to make sure that works. And then the tip-ups, make sure everything's working good there, the reels, that kind of thing. So this is extreme early season, early ice. So it was 4 to 6 inches on that lake. Just because it was 4 or 6 inches at that lake doesn't mean that every lake in Kansas is 4 to 6 inches. Make sure you check the ice on whatever lake you're going to. I've heard stories that some of the lakes are only 1 inch. Some of it still has open water. The particular lake that we were on was frozen clear across, and it was 4 to 6 inches. I suspect in just a couple days we're going to be up in that 8 to 10 inches of ice. By next weekend, by this coming weekend, it wouldn't surprise me if we were 12 inches plus. So at that lake, and so you know your lake, it still could be open. Make sure you check, you drill test holes, pop test holes on your way out to make sure that you're not out there on that thin ice. So everything worked really well. It was a lot of fun. It was nice to see everybody out on the ice again. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. More content coming real soon. See ya.